Is finding the perfect neighborhood in Raleigh even possible in 2025? With so many people moving to our area, sometimes it feels like all the good spots are already taken. But what if I told you there are some hidden gems that people sometimes overlook? Neighborhoods where you get wooded lots, walkability, amenities, great restaurants, everything you could want. Well, today I'm covering 5 places I would move if I were moving to Raleigh this year. Hey guys, I'm Allie Buscemi, and I've been helping families find their perfect Raleigh neighborhood for many years. So if you're considering a move, don't hesitate to reach out. All my info is down in the description of the video. North Raleigh, the wooded retreat. Starting now with one of my favorites and where I actually chose to live. If you want that secluded, wooded lifestyle, but you still want reasonable access to everything, North Raleigh is where you're going to want to look. Where it is and what makes it special. North Raleigh stretches from 540, our outer belt line, all the way up to Highway 98, which is the top edge of the address limits of Raleigh. It's really defined by the special environmental protections it has because it is all around Falls Lake, which is the water source for Raleigh. I'm talking about neighborhoods like Wood Valley and Falls River, Avalair, Ethan's Glen, a ton more, that they all feel like you're living in a nature preserve. What makes it so special is that urban watershed protection zoning overlay, which requires that every subdivision averages out to 1 acre per lot. This keeps it really heavily wooded, but you're still only 15 to 25 minutes to downtown Raleigh, depending on how far north you are. Who it's perfect for. In my mind, North Raleigh is ideal for families who want some space, some privacy, kids to run around in a big backyard, and plus anyone who just enjoys outdoor recreation. If you have a boat, there are several boat ramps right around here on Falls Lake. If you like kayaking and hiking, you can have all that up here and still be very close to downtown, the airport, and RTP. It is also a great spot for families because a ton of neighborhoods have HOA amenities like pools and playgrounds and tennis courts, and that can be really fun if you're new to a neighborhood and you want to meet your neighbors. So if you're the type who wants a retreat from the city life, North Raleigh is going to be the spot for you. Instead of traffic, you're going to be listening to birds chirping, nature noises, you're going to have deer in the backyard. What's close by? Direct access to Falls Lake, so boating, fishing, water recreation, all that fun stuff. Falls Lake State Recreation areas also have playgrounds and hiking trails and activities for the family like that. Multiple boat launches within 10 minutes, year-round fishing, and if you feel like swimming, you can do that too. Environmental zoning overlay. So properties in North Raleigh have that really secluded feel. You have a lot of space between your neighbors. You're going to have old growth trees. The canopy coverage keeps homes very cool. There's a lot of shade up here, and if you're looking for peace and quiet, this is the spot for you. Amenities. Neighborhood pools and playgrounds are integrated into a lot of the developments up here for very low HOA fees. Most communities have their own amenity centers, some with clubhouses and fitness centers even, and there's a family-friendly atmosphere throughout. A lot of HOA activities and special events, depending on neighborhood, some are very active. There's walking trails also in a lot of these neighborhoods, and some of them even connect to bigger systems like the Greenway, the Mountain to Sea Trail, and even the Appalachian Trail. Home prices range from the median in the low 900s. They're even building new luxury homes in $4 and $5 million range. I think this area has very strong appreciation potential. While the rest of Raleigh gets denser and denser, lots get subdivided, they build up, North Raleigh will never get more dense because of that environmental overlay. I call this area the bougie boonies. It's only getting more and more luxury every year. Every new build community that they start in North Raleigh, the price points are creeping higher and higher. And that rising tide lifts all boats. There are a lot of schools here that families really love. There's a mix of year-round schedules and traditional schedules, as well as a lot of charter and magnet options right in the area. You also have convenient access to some very popular private schools like Ravenscroft, North Raleigh Christian Academy, lots of pre-K through 12 options. Public schools are consistently ranking pretty high up here. Now the drawback. If you're someone who likes walkability to restaurants and businesses, with the exception of a few little pockets, that's not really going to happen up here. You're also going to be on a septic tank. That's not a huge deal breaker, but some people care about that. And if a commute really bothers you, then this might not be the choice for you. But if you prioritize space, privacy, nature access, and just feeling like you have a mountain house right here in the city, North Raleigh is going to be the spot for you, and the trade-off is totally worth it. That brings us to the next area on our list, inside the Beltline, or ITB as it's called, where you can get historic walkable living. If North Raleigh is about space and privacy, inside the Beltline is basically the complete opposite. But that's kind of why people love it, for its sense of community and walkability, where it is and what makes it special. These are the neighborhoods inside 440 I think of as quintessential ITB. Oakwood, Five Points, Mordecai, and Hayes Barton are great examples. What makes this area special is that you're getting authentic historic architecture in walkable neighborhoods, and you're just minutes from downtown, literally right outside downtown. This is some of Raleigh's most prestigious real estate, and it is also some of Raleigh's most expensive real estate. There's a fascinating reason why. There's literally no more land to build on. Lots are very rare. A lot of lots are coming from teardowns of older homes. So what exists is basically what you're gonna get, and as we know, land is the one asset that we just can't make more of. These homes have always been valuable, and they always will be. This area is perfect in my mind for professionals, empty nesters, or anyone who just wants that vitality of being very close to a city center. If you want walkability to coffee shops and boutiques and shops, then this is going to be a great choice for you. If you also love historic character, but still want an urban village feel, then these neighborhoods are going to deliver. Historic districts. Oakwood is one of our most famous ones. This is known for its preserved Victorian architecture, but you'll also find Queen Anne styles, Second Empire, Classical Revival, and some craftsman homes as well. Almost this whole neighborhood has a historic overlay, so you are going to keep in mind that you're going to have some rules and restrictions to what you can do to the exterior of your property. A lot of these homes are modest in size just because of the era they were built, but they are still quite expensive. Oakwood also is known for going all out for Halloween and Christmas. It is really fun even just to walk by and see this neighborhood all decked out for the holidays. They also do a candlelight historic home tour, a garden tour. Oakwood is very proud of their history. The Five Points neighborhood inside the Beltline is also very popular. This mostly has historic bungalows, more modest homes, but there are also luxury new builds in this area. The businesses feel very hip. I would say that this has a more youthful vibe than a lot of the rest of ITB, and for that reason, families really enjoy it. Mordecai is a very famous historic neighborhood here. It is all formulated around the old Mordecai plantation, which still stands and is a museum now you can visit. Our president, Andrew Johnson, was actually born here, and the home he was born in is a place you can go visit. There's architecturally diverse homes there as well, colonial revival mansions, craftsman bungalows, but once again, there are also some teardowns where they build new, beautiful luxury homes. Mordecai also has access to the next neighborhood I'll talk about, which is the North Person Street area. North Person Street is filled with some wonderful independent businesses, local eateries, boutiques, bars. It's very vibrant and funky. Local neighborhood favorites are Standard Beer and Food, Oakwood Pizza Box, Crawford & Sons for fine dining, Two Roosters Ice Cream, boutiques like Edge of Urge and Unlikely Professionals are all neighborhood favorites. And I personally love the coffee shop Yellow Dog Bread Company, and this is the kind of neighborhood where there'll be a coffee shop on every corner. Prices and housing. Entry level ITB in general is going to be, if you're lucky, maybe $600K, but that property is going to be small, it's going to be older, and it's probably going to need some work. I'd say most properties range from around the low millions and go up to 2, 3, 4 for these luxury, huge new builds. Investment potential is still going to be strong here because this has always been coveted real estate and it always will be. There's limited inventory, and that also helps maintain property values. Only so many historic homes exist. Obviously, you can't make more of them. There are strict preservation guidelines that protect the character of these neighborhoods. So if you want to go wild with your exterior, this is not going to be the spot for you. But the demand consistently exceeds the supply, and this is a good buy if you're into walkability and you love a historic home. It's also very close to other areas. You are minutes from downtown with all the access to museums and NC State University and the downtown commerce area as a whole. You are a very quick drive or even a walk to the business district, and there are cultural attractions right within reach. The drawback. Now again, There's always a trade-off no matter where you're living. So if you want a big yard, if you do not want the upkeep that comes with a historic home, if you like to have a garage, then these might not be the spots for you. A lot of these homes were built before garages were a thing, and they deal with street parking or they have a little parking pad on the side. You will pay a premium for this location. And for a lot of people, that is totally worth it. But if you value other things, there are going to be other neighborhoods that are going to be better for you. If walkability and historic charm are high on your list, these are going to be the neighborhoods you want to consider. And that brings us to number 3. But real quick, again, if you are considering making a move to the Raleigh area or you currently live here and your neighborhood doesn't suit you, reach out. I would love to help you make a change. This is what I do. All of my info is in the description at the bottom of this video. If you want the best of both worlds, luxury amenities, luxury homes, urban convenience, Midtown is experiencing a transformation that's honestly been pretty mind-blowing. Midtown is kind of a new moniker for this area, but really it is the space between our belt lines, which is 440, ITB, the inner belt line, and 540. That space in between, we've started calling Midtown. Midtown is really centered around the North Hills district, and it's literally being rebuilt as Raleigh's answer to the luxury urban village. What makes it special is the concentration of high-end homes with walking distance to the North Hills Entertainment District. There you can find premium shopping, dining. It's like someone took the best parts of a major city and suburban living and condensed them into one area. This is ideal for professionals and families who want luxury. They want access to downtown amenities, but they don't really want to feel like they're in the hustle. They prefer a suburban vibe. North Hills development. There are a ton of new and exciting projects coming to the North Hills area. Almost a 60,000 square foot fitness center, 14 screen cinema, upscale bowling. Regal Cinema brings more luxury movie experience, and there's King's Bowl, which is a really fun nightlife. Lifetime Fitness is planning a new mega gym, which actually is going to have some residences attached. So if you are a true gym rat, you can live at the gym, really. Housing. So there's a mix of ultra luxury new builds and renovated 1970s properties. Prices can accommodate different budgets. I'd say it would start at $600K for an older home, maybe a split level, something that hasn't been renovated. And the new builds are going up to $4 million now. And there's plenty of options in between. New construction is definitely pushing the boundaries of luxury. They're planning some huge towers in North Hills area, like the Eastern, and I'll tell you more about it. The Eastern has been a hotly debated project, but it's got the green light, and it's going to be a 36-story luxury tower. It's going to be the tallest residential building in Raleigh. The penthouse residences are completely tricked out, sub-zero fridges, everything you would expect from a high-end luxury build. There's panoramic views from the upper floors, and it's really setting a new standard for urban living in Raleigh. The transformation happening here is pretty mind-blowing, and wait until you see what Midtown Raleigh has cooking with their high-rise amenity base. Restaurants. There are about 130 shops and restaurants in the North Hills district. Coquette Brasserie, Barbecue Lab, Bar Taco, a new Restoration Hardware rooftop restaurant, which is my personal favorite, and the Village Tavern. A lot of wonderful restaurants people love, and you don't have to go all the way downtown to access them. The transit is super convenient in this area. You have very easy access to 440, to the RTP, and you're just 10 minutes from downtown Raleigh. The central location definitely reduces commute time, and you're only about 15-20 minutes to the airport as well. There are a lot of huge projects planned for the area, including the Exchange Raleigh project, which is happening now through 2027, mixed-use developments for more retail and residential spaces, infrastructure improvements coming to the area, and property values will continue to climb as all these businesses are built in. The growth happening in Midtown right now is truly insane. It's a very up-and-coming area to be in. Of course, every neighborhood has its pros and cons. The cons for the Midtown area are going to be if you're on a tight budget and you need a little more space, if you like a little more quiet and you're really bothered by traffic and congestion, then living in North Hills might drive you crazy. But if you want to be in the heart of all that's happening, if you want access to your own urban center and very easy access to downtown Raleigh without feeling like you're living in a city center, Midtown's going to be a great option for you. Next up, we have downtown and its urban energy, where it is and why it's special. Now I'm talking about the heart of Raleigh, the Central Business District, and the Glenwood South entertainment area. What makes downtown special is there's an amenity race happening with all of these new high-rise buildings. Each tower is trying to outdo the next when it comes to these ridiculous luxury features. So if you need a dog washing station, downtown Raleigh is going to have a new building for you. High-rise options include 400H, 511 Fay, Mira, and Mave offer true resort-style amenities. Rooftop pools with skyline views. There's a 54-foot zero-edge pool at the Mave. There's concierge services 24/7. There's private dining rooms, rooftop lounges, wine storage. There's golf simulators, private event space, and valet parking at even some of these buildings. Who it's perfect for. This area is perfect for young professionals, empty nesters, if you want a car-optional lifestyle, and if you just want to walk to work, walk to restaurants, walk to everything, then downtown is going to be a great option for you. It has a ton of energy. It is not as overwhelming as mega cities like, New York, Chicago, LA. Of course, it's Raleigh, but it still feels like a city when you're downtown. Convenience. So you're going to be walking distance to the Glenwood South Entertainment District. This is really our nightlife hub, and you'll know it if you drive through it on a Saturday night. It is very much alive and happening. There's live music venues, art galleries, boutique shopping, rooftop dining and bars in multiple buildings. New restaurant concepts are opening monthly, it feels like, in downtown Raleigh. Celebrity chefs are arriving, diverse cuisine options. The Michelin Guide is coming to Raleigh. Recent openings include Barrio Tacos, La Cucina Italiana, the Crunkleton. It feels like there's a new exciting restaurant opening every week. The Go Raleigh public transportation system. There are bus routes running throughout downtown, seamless connections to other neighborhoods, and a car-optional lifestyle really is possible. Great walkability, there's the bike and scooter share, and of course public transit. Real estate. There has been a 23% year-over-year price increase in downtown Raleigh. That is a strong demand. Properties range from about $480K in the median condos to up to $2 million for penthouses, and they recently announced that the newest build is going to have a $4 million penthouse in it. Entry-level units are possible for under that median price point in some of the older buildings. Luxury penthouses include private terraces and city views like we've seen, and market competition really is heating up rapidly. Investment opportunity is very strong for early buyers as the skyline expands and downtown Raleigh really is revitalizing. The drawback. Of course, if you want a yard, if you want space, if you want quiet, if you don't want to hear a bar out your window, then downtown might not be it for you. But if you want to be right in the heart of everything and really have an urban experience while living in our little-ish city, then downtown's going to be a great option. And now for our final community, which definitely has a different vibe than everything I've talked about before, Northridge. And this is centered around the Northridge Country Club, where it is and what makes it special. Northridge is centered around Northridge Country Club in North Raleigh. It's defined by the 2 championship golf courses that anchor the community. This isn't like an HOA required membership. It's a country club with a private membership. So you could live there and not be involved in the club, but the club is really the heart of the community. The club is special also because it's member-owned country club model, and it's not just golf. You can also have a sports membership. They've done a lot to appeal to young families. So there's, an amazing pool and playgrounds and events and social events year-round. It is very transplant friendly. That is important because some Raleigh country clubs are not transplant friendly. But Northridge is a great option if you want to be easy access to all of Raleigh, still have a suburban feel, and you want to have a country club lifestyle. Who it's perfect for. This is great for successful young families who can afford the price tag, or retirees who love golf, and anyone who wants the full country club experience. Member-owned country club. So there's 2 18-hole golf courses, the Lakes and the Oaks, championship level golf year round, and they've produced some real pros out of this club. There's professional instruction available, summer camps, tournaments, member guest events. It is a very lively place. Also some other luxury amenities like tennis courts, a 70,000 square foot clubhouse, 4 on-site restaurants, clay courts and hard courts, social events throughout the year, fine dining and casual options. The Bluebird Grill has a new chef and award-winning culinary team. team, and Cabana 67 is my personal favorite. That is just like the poolside hang restaurant. It's about 10-15 minutes to downtown, 15-20 minutes to RDU. It is a very accessible area. There's a quiet suburban feel. You still have highway access. Falls of Noose Road is the main vein where all the shopping and restaurants are in this area. The Northridge Shopping Center is nearby. There's convenient retail, all you would expect. Fitness, pet hospital, Chipotle, home goods, all of that is off Falls of Noose, including some great hospitals. Traffic does peak during rush hour. Falls of Noose gets congested. It's been under construction for a while. Assumably that construction will end someday, but that is one complaint you hear about this area is the congestion that happens on Falls of Noose. Homes here range from about the low millions of being the median to 2, 3, 4, 5. I believe there's a $7 million property on the market in Northridge. If you want to buy that, I'm definitely here to help. Older homes are definitely going to be the entry point. A lot of those are being knocked down to rebuild. However, there are still some modest homes left that have been renovated. There's a wide variety of architectural styles in this neighborhood. There's not really one dominant style like there are other places. I'd say there's a mix of 1970s split levels and ranches and some 90s constructions right in between all these luxury new builds. Original homes are getting updated, a lot are getting knocked down, and teardowns create these opportunities, and it definitely is changing and uplifting the property values in this neighborhood pretty rapidly. This is an expensive area, and if you are not into the golf or country club scene, if that's not your cup of tea, I don't see why you should be paying that premium. Plus, it can feel a little insular, so if you enjoy a more vibrant, urban, diverse experience, then Northridge might not be the spot for you. But if you love country club living, this is going to be a great option in Raleigh for you. So which neighborhood is right for you? Let me break it down. Young professionals, downtown and Glenwood South. Growing families are going to enjoy North Raleigh for more space, or Northridge if they're more country club people. Both areas have schools people love and a lot of private school, magnet, and charter options as well. Empty nesters might enjoy being inside the Beltline to have that walkability and community feel, and being in a historic home or more modest-sized home. And if you love luxury, there's going to be a lot of options for you in Midtown or ITB as well. And honestly, as a luxury buyer, there are options for you in all of these neighborhoods. It just depends on what is most important to you. If it's walkability, access to amenities, being part of an urban scene, or if you want your home surrounded by old growth trees and some privacy. All of these neighborhoods bring something unique to the table, and honestly, there's no wrong choice here. It comes down to matching your lifestyle with the right location. This is key. It's not just about the house, it's about the neighborhood that's going to make you really happy when you move here. So now that you know exactly which Raleigh neighborhood matches your lifestyle, let's make it happen. If you're considering making a move here in Raleigh, go ahead and reach out. All my info is down below in the description. I am here to help you. This is a group of clients that I love to serve. If you missed last week's video where I covered some of the biggest new developments coming to Raleigh, make sure you click right here. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.